good morning, family. How y'all doing this morning, this evening, whenever you get this show? It's okay. This your boy Haywood Barber on the Haywood Barber Show, the Harlem Heretic, also known as. And here I am on this fly Thursday. It's raining, it drizzles, but I'm still happy. I'm good. And let me tell y'all, I've been doing the prep all day because, tomorrow tomorrow morning I'm going to do the colonoscopy thing, which is it's all good. Today's a Super Thursday. I don't know if we're going to tag it Super Thursday or not, but I got that music in the back for the LRE, the Learn Real Estate Investing training that, me and Lola did, back 4 or 5 years ago. Actually, it was only about 2 years ago, but we did it for about 4.5, 5 years. And I love the music. And I know that's my music. It's intellectual property rights of mine. And I know I can't get in trouble for that. I don't think I can get in trouble for any music because if I bought it, it's mine. But anyway, I don't know. But anyway, welcome to Super Thursday. Hope you had a great day. As always, I want you to know I love you. I care about you. I think about you. I think about my people. I think about all people. And it's true. I love all people. But more importantly, I'm here to make sure that I do a show to inform my people, black people, so that they can get along and get going and get moving and have more splendid in their life. Other people, if you can come here and get that while I'm doing that with my people, you're so welcome. If you come in here to get tips on how to sabotage people, you already done enough. So won't you just leave us alone? But yesterday was a great, fantastic day. You guys know that I did a real quickie on you, and I apologize for that. But yeah, yesterday was a quickie. So let's put that down and silence it out. A couple of things we're going to go over. Yesterday was a quickie because I went on a blog talk show and we did almost 2 hours. I did almost an hour and a half of just straight talking, right? They were shooting questions at me about real estate investing, how to make real estate investing, or even just business, small businesses, how we can empower ourselves in a sense of moving forward and then doing business with each other in a gleeful way. And I gotta tell you, I might have to keep my laptop with me and keep it moving. But I gotta tell you, it was a powerful, powerful show. I enjoyed it, and it was good. Now we got a couple other topics that we're gonna actually wind up touching on too. Today something real. I'm gonna get into the Blog Talk Radio. I'm gonna give you their name. I'm gonna give you where you can go. I want you to share my family. I want you to share with their family. Go there, listen to their show as often as you can. Participate. I mean, just get involved. And I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. But the topics of the day is one. You can, if you want it, ask for it. That's one thing. We're going to do the blog talk. That's number 2. And then the prep, which, I'm going through right now. And I'm still moving back and forth from my office, from the studio into the King's room. And so that's a thing. But I'm doing a colonoscopy tomorrow. And again, sisters, I encourage you, if you have a boyfriend, a male friend, a significant other, a husband that's over 40, get him to go get his colonoscopy. I mean, he gotta. And I'll even say this to the sisters that have boyfriends, significant others that have absolutely horrible diets. Get them immediately. I mean, I don't care what age they are. They might be in their 30s. Get them to go get a colonoscopy. Because a poor diet is, you're talking about colon rectal cancer. It's big time with people that eat at McDonald's on an ongoing basis. And when I call it ongoing basis, it's probably once a week. If you go to McDonald's at least once a week, that's a bad diet. People that go to McDonald's or fast food once a week, you're eating horrible, to be honest. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. And we still got the gun nuts are still out there, and I got an opinion about being a gun nut. You know I got some friends that are gun nuts, and then it's a Second Amendment right. I mean, so we're gonna hit on that. But it's probably gonna be a fast show, just depending upon how I'm holding up or not holding up. If you get what I'm saying. And you got to keep tying this thing in with me going to do the colonoscopy tomorrow. All right, so that means today was prep day. Okay, so I want to emphasize that. So I want you to tie in. And if you don't know what prep day is, maybe go on Google and prep colonoscopy, or put in colonoscopy prep the day before. Anything like that, you'll get what I'm saying. Or even Trilite, right? Put in Trilite. But I want to get this out of the way. Hey, family. Yes. Hold on. Yes. Yes. I want everybody. Come. Square batteries?
Are you on your show?
Yeah. I don't have any. Okay. All right. Family, sorry about that. You know how we do this show. It's organic, wide open. I have a family. So you know how things go. We got to get things done. But I want to get out of the way that I love you. I want you to know that. I feel for you. I'm always there for you. If I could do anything for you, I want you to know you can call me on my one of my business numbers, which I've actually gotten rid of, but you can call me on that number, which is 252-495-0085. 0085. 252-495-0085. So if you need something you think I can help you with, you got a question, leave it on there. It's my Google Voice number for one of the businesses that I put together. I've since shut that business down in this regional area and gave it to my son. And Yahoo, he's getting ready to do one of his first cleaning jobs too. So and that's very important too. For man, this show can't be a long show, but get your kids, female or male, into some kind of enterprise. Let them understand the way of enterprise. Let them have some way of, like that Kool-Aid stand that a lot of us in my age group we did. I was a newspaper boy, had a Kool-Aid stand and squeegee windows. This is all before I was 15 years old. I think I even was squeegeeing windows at 13. But my point is, some people would probably say, "What in the hell is squeegeeing windows?" If you go to the big cities, you'll know, because they are very annoying. But my point is, get them into an entrepreneurial spirit, because you never know when they might have to fall back on that. Last night I talked about 200 and some odd thousand kids graduating from Ivy League schools. This is not just regular schools. Ivy League can't get a job. But anyway, let's get right to this. Something really cool happened to me today. I was at the CVS in a tiny town, right? I live between a tiny town, well, two tiny towns on my left and a medium-sized town on my right, which is Greenville, which is ECU as a college town. But I was in the little town, because there's two tiny towns, one real tiny, and then a little tiny town called Little Washington, which is actually called Washington, but they call it Little Washington. And I was at the CVS, and an older gentleman was at the counter fumbling around with this card he had, and this was some kind of prescription card that he had, and he was going to use it for his prescription. But the lady at the register said, actually, if you use that, you're going to pay more. You're better off just using your Medicare or whatever he already had. And he said, oh. And I said, well, what is that you got there? And he says, oh, it's a prescription card, but I guess it's not as good as what I already have, but I thought it would be. And then I said, well, I don't have any insurance whatsoever. And so he didn't say anything. Now, this guy's an older fella. He's, white guy, and he looks like he's a typical white guy of the area. And on this side of the East, they not always all that friendly. If you go a little bit further west in North Carolina, they super friendly. They don't act like it's there's no different, almost like where I came from in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area, where, white and blacks was not that big of an issue. But down on the east side of North Carolina, they still waving the rebel flags and all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, he seemed like he was one of those kind of guys, but I don't never care. I speak to everyone, and I make everybody speak to me, despite their disposition. So he was even he's kind of telling me the story, or telling her, not really telling me, but for me to overhear, to really leave him alone. But at the end of the day, with the will of my chi, right, my energy, right, because I don't have any insurance, I want the card. So I said, wow. So what is it? And then when he explained it to me, that was the end of the story, as I told you. He winds up saying, well, you don't have a card. Here. And believe it or not, it wind up saving me almost $15. Now, $15 is not that really a big of a deal, but I call it every penny counts, and every penny that you can put into your savings for a rainy day is what that is. And it's always accumulating and compounding interest. That's why it's so important to make sure that you do put your money in an interest-bearing account. Because just like Ben Franklin said, was it Ben Franklin? It might have been not Ben Franklin. It might have been the other wild hair scientist. Said that compound interest is really truly a miracle in itself, because it just keep putting interest on the money you put in today, and then tomorrow it puts interest on it again of the amount that had already accumulated interest from yesterday, and now putting interest on it today, and then interest again tomorrow. It's the rule of 72. I don't have time to do that here today. So this is what my point is if you want something, ask for it. If you want something, put your business in it. And that's what I did. I mean, in a sense, I asked the guy for the card, and then I wasn't so bold to ask for it, say, here, give it to me, because you don't need it. I sent my energy over to him to say, give me the card. And let me tell you, he was probably just as freaked out as the lady, the cashier, was. So put your energy out towards the things you want, and you'll get it. That's the way God works. Here we go with the prep, the colonoscopy. Look, this is my second time going through it, and actually my last one was about 5 years ago. So I barely remember what I'm going through right this very second in order to get through it. It's not that bad, y'all. It's not that big of a deal. Please. Colorectal cancer is taking our men out at record numbers. The survival rate, if caught early enough, is nearly 100%. So get in there and let them do what they got to do, and just check your joints out. Matter of fact, if you got a situation in your colon, in most cases they can go ahead and fix it while they're doing the scope. I don't even understand what the problem is. And I've been told that this is a serious problem with men, and black men especially. This is crazy. Get it handled. Whether you got Obamacare, Affordable Act Care, or whatever, get it done. Seriously. And I have to say this to the sisters, because the sisters, they can say, yo, you can't have none until you go get this check. I don't care. You can't have none. And right, sisters, you just take care of yourself until he go get it, and then boom. That's how women rule the world. Okay? I'm a little loopy, y'all, too, because I haven't eaten a thing today. Yeah. So anyway, the gun situation is still out there, and it seemed to be stuck. I just watched a little bit of Chris Matthews fight with the not the National Rifle Association, but a National Gun Association out of Virginia, and this was somewhat crazy because they were almost like fist fighting. I mean, Chris Matthews was really trying to pin the guy down on what the hell is the situation with why y'all won't let the Congress or pass a bill on just simple background checks. And honestly, it made absolutely no sense. I mean, the guy really didn't have much of a leg to stand on. To me, it was absolutely preposterous. But what are you going to do? in my opinion, right now with the way the economy is and the way the world is, I suggest that even us people that don't care about guns, see, I don't care about guns. I got friends that are, they love guns. I don't really care about guns all that much. But I say that you probably should go ahead and get one. Learn about it. And any kind of gun you get, you should go get lessons on. So it's okay. I mean, I think that it's worthwhile having guns and going through safety protocols in whatever kind of gun you have. Go get lessons on how to shoot it, how to take care of it, and how to be safe with it. Make sure that you lock it up good. And if you are in one of those neighborhoods that you need a gun, make sure you really do get some serious education on how to use it. Don't be one of those victims. And this is a part of the argument that I don't even think anybody's touching on. You put a gun in somebody's hand and they don't really know how to use it, and they get it taken from them and get it used on them, or get abused by the gun because somebody said, "Give me that gun, you stupid," or whatever. So, but that's just the way that's my take on it, and that's how I see it. But the real deal is, their position is somewhat, and when I say the people that don't want gun restrictions, don't want gun checks, the guy actually said, this is just beyond me, right? And I'm surprised because Chris Matthews, his show is called Hardball, and he usually gets right to the matter of the fact. But he didn't. He let the guy go around, and I guess because Chris Matthews sometimes has a tendency to cut people off. I mean, he sometimes he could be just the polar opposite of Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh. Sean Hannity, boy, he's about to bust a cork, and he's such a liar. And you know how. But anyway, the guy doesn't want people to have background checks just because he says that background checks. It's been proven that background checks don't work. So if it's been proven that background checks don't work, so why don't you just let them go ahead and pass the stupid bill? If it doesn't do anything, and if you say that it doesn't do anything, then why the hell you won't let them go ahead and do it? So you can just get them off your back and say, see, it's almost like handing over an olive branch, a peace offering, if you will. Smoke them a peace pipe and say, okay, if that's what you want, go ahead and do it. But they won't do it, so we really know that there's something else afoot, right? That's for me watching a lot of Sherlock Holmes and a lot of BBC crime sleuth shows. But anyway, so I mean it's a little bit cynical to a certain degree, but Sandy Hook, Newtown, they got their little bit of redemption today, because Connecticut did finally pass a bill. The Republican senator from there actually talked about it. That he could not, and see, and that's what I'm saying. If it was your children, see, we always got to remember this. And I did a post on Facebook that we love our children too, and I actually even talked about it maybe once or twice on the show. See, when it's your child, then the equation changes. Then you see a little bit differently. No different than the gay rights. You got strong conservatives that will never ever in your life think to change their position on same-sex marriage. That have. Why? Because their children came out. So how can a person hate their own child or not give freedom and liberty to their own child? So this is the hypocrisy. It only matters when it relates to them. See, this is when I start going on my rant about the founding fathers and the fact that all men are created equal and all this other jazz, right? I could read it all out to you because I do know it. But see, to me it is smoke. It's smoke. It's not real, because then how can you have the most atrocity human rights that has been known to man throughout history? Never anything has been done as bad as slavery. And then what has happened with the Indians? but you know that these people, it was a trick. It's for everybody else. It's not for them. And you still have a lot of those people still here today that are in power. But anyway, let's move on. Blog Talk Radio, Know Thyself Radio Network. Know Thyself Radio Network. Write that down. Roll it back. Know Thyself Radio Network. Black Wall Street. That was Know Thyself Radio Network is the overall network. I think they have 3 shows, maybe even maybe more or less. And I met some real cool people last night. As I said, I must have spoke about 90 minutes straight talking about the empowerment of our people and learning how to take our resources and moving them to circle around in our community once or twice. I saw an example of that tonight on Facebook where sister, and she didn't even hear the show. But the point is that a lot of these shows are starting to spring up, and we're starting to really use our network on social media. And she was asking for an insurance person for her personal, not her personal, for her business, and she was looking for an African American insurance person, which is this is what I'm talking about. This is what we should all be doing. And I know that we have a tendency not to want to do business with us because they have taught us not to like each other. Beautiful job they've done on us. Magnificent. They have put more self-hate in us without us even being aware of it. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys remember back in the days when they used to put subliminal messages in the films, in the movies, to make you want a thirsty Coca-Cola. And it had the Coca-Cola in the cup with just the top frosting with bubbles and the coldness of the cup making dew on the side of the cup and just looks so refreshing. Well, this is what they've done to us over a 450-year period. I mean, I don't know if you believe in the Willie Lynch papers or not, it doesn't even matter. They have done a serious psychological job on us. It's magnificent. So that's why sometimes when I see pure ignorance, when people say, I don't want to do business with them, I don't want to go in there, I don't even want to live in those neighborhoods and all that kind of stuff that we say about each other, and I know what it's from. It's a true, if you ever been to Las Vegas or Atlantic City or seen a true hypnotist do his act, he can truly hypnotize a person way outside of their normal character. And that's what's been done to us. And when they wake them up, wake up, they don't even know they've been hypnotized. They don't know the things that they've been doing. They don't know any of that. And that's where we are. And I'm here to tell you that I know that because I've been that. And I'm just coming out of that sleep, that deep sleep. And I know that none of you are in that position, and that's cool. But anyway, so we're starting to learn. A lot of us are starting to wake up, and we're starting to realize why we hate each other just automatically for no reason at all. And I know it's in my white audience, they probably don't. They're probably like, he's a conspiracy nut, and we'll go with that. We'll stay there. But it's not true. But They don't know what to say because they don't know. They don't even know. Matter of fact, most of the people that control this country and have control this country will put them at expense too. It's not that big of a deal. They don't even care about them. We're talking about the ruling class people. But anyway, go to the show. Brother Warren Houston I talked to. Sister, I had to call it because I can't remember her name, and please forgive me. And then Brother Yusuf, he has his own show, and I did not write it down, but I'll make sure that I'll get you his show as well. But all these shows are on Blog Talk Radio. So I'm sure if you go to Know Thyself Radio Network, you'll see his show notes, and you'll be able to, because they network back and forth. Of course, I was speaking on behalf of my team, which is Comedic Science of Prosperity. And I mean, you can go to menofrespect.com or comedicprosperity.com, and you can see me and my position for Men of Respect and KSP as a whole. But it was a wonderful, wonderful show. I really enjoyed. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how much I enjoyed myself. The questions that they were asking me about real estate and empowering our people were fantastic. It really started the discussion. It has to go on. Started the discussion on answering the problem, but not just talking about the problem. A lot of times you get into these discussions and they just simply talking about what's wrong and not talking about getting down to the solution. And that's what we did. That's what we really did. We talked strictly. Well, we got into what the problem is, an issue, and everybody can articulate what the problem is, who the problem is, and it's us and them, and why we don't know ourselves and all that kind of stuff. But that's neither here nor there. What we need to mainly do, and this is a firm belief of mine, we need to start a cohesive discussion at the place where we can all agree. And I think that that's where we start. We start there. Where do we all agree? And where do we all want to go as a common factor? What is the common factor on where we all want to go? Because that's truly the most important piece, is movement. Not to get stuck in, and see, and this has always been our problem. And one of the main things is because the magnificent job that has been done on us. So I mean, I put no fault on all the people that can't move, because you were hypnotized. We've been hypnotized. All of us have been hypnotized not to want to move, not to think that we are moving, but our position has to be in place first before we can move. But anyway, family, I love you. Brothers and sisters, I love you. White folk, I love you. I love everybody. I mean, I think that I've been hypnotized into just loving people in general. But that's what we were done. Even though we were whipped, shackled, tongues cut off, private parts cut off, burned, everything, and we still turn around and we love the ones that was perpetrating this nonsense on us. But family, I want you to just absolutely know the fact that I love you. And yeah, I'm still going through my stuff with the prep. Wish me luck. Everything's going to be fine, I know anyway. But I love you very much. Haywood Barber and the Haywood Barber Show, also known as what? Yes, indeed, the Harlem Heretic. Rock and roll, people. You meant 9-volt battery, right? Okay, yeah, no, I don't have any of those. But my noise is not bothering me, right? Okay. See you in the morning.